Debbie, and you're watching Living with Lemons. Today's video is something extra special. I've never really shared my full testimony, and today I want to do that while I share my testimony and introduce y'all to my friend Ozzy.
Hi, I'm Ozzy.
So, before my ALS, I was married for many years. I had a desire for God, but not the obedience to seek God or to seek understanding. And then in 2017 and in early 2018, I really started to look for a church to belong to and for guidance on my walk with Christ. I knew I didn't want to do it alone, but I also knew and understood that I needed Christ. My journey led me to Grace Baptist Church in Rockport, New York, and my introduction at that church on Palm Sunday, of all Sundays, was, absolutely angelic. I knew I was where God had led me to be, and later I found through church that I had leadership and guidance from friends who wanted to help me understand the gospel. And I became better at reading my Bible. I was surrounded by believers who were eager to help me understand. And I finally had the church family I had long desired for. Then on October 28th of 2018, I was baptized, and it was beautiful and somber. Shortly after I was baptized, I had my first neurology appointment, and my journey with my disease really began. I was diagnosed, as you may know, in May of 2019. I had meningitis from a misdiagnosis, and in November of 2019, I was diagnosed with ALS. Immediately after I found God, really, and found the community I had waited so long for, my greatest battle began. And to be honest, my new purpose began. Now here I am today in 2025, the month of August, my birthday month, and I have so many examples of everything God has done for me and through other people and their testimony. I'm continuing to witness God's glory shining through it all. And it's a beautiful thing to understand that I am forgiven, I am saved, I am worthy, and I have purpose even in my condition. I'm able to help others and be a true beacon of faith. I give thanks for my church family for being the community I needed to lift me up during my greatest trial in life. And now I want to share a friend who has also a beautiful journey and story to share with y'all.
Hi there, I'm Ozzy. So my story began in 2023. I was involved in a horrible accident. I was at my grandparents' house on a Friday night. It was September 31st, I think. I was drinking alcohol when I shouldn't have been, and I called up some friends that asked if they would like to go out and go for a drive. So they said yes, and I went and picked them up that night, not knowing what was going to happen that night. And we hung out for a little while. We went down to a bonfire on another friend's property, and after that I took them. I was on the way taking them back home, trying to get back before my grandfather woke up because I had taken his truck. And after that, everything went like black. I don't remember anything, and I wound up crashing into the side of a barn and then into 2 trees. And all I remember is waking up and saying I couldn't breathe, and there was paramedics and ambulances and everything around me, and I was taken to Strong Hospital here in Rochester, New York. And when I woken up, I was told that the one girl that was in the car with me had lost her life, so I had to deal with that. So it was pretty rough, and I wasn't happy about what I did. But before my accident, I wasn't in the greatest spot. I wasn't living in the greatest environment. I was struggling with lots of anxiety and depression, and I never really looked to God as much as I do now at that point in time, because I was too busy just doing other things and not worrying about it. But after my accident, I wanted to get closer to God, because I believe everything happens for a reason, because I really wasn't in the greatest spot at all before everything happened. And after my injury and after I was in the hospital, I was introduced to this guy named Chris that has a spinal cord association group thing that he is the creator of. Then later I was brought to a facility called Monroe Community hospital, and that's where I met Miss Deb. I really enjoy hanging out with her. She's great company. She brought her pastor to meet me, and I got baptized because I wanted to be closer to God, because like I said, everything happens for a reason. I have moved on in my new body, but I have not forgotten my friends who were with me on that horrible night. I know that I needed God and I needed to be forgiven. And every day I live with the desire to be better than who I was. So that's why I wanted to be closer to God, because I wanted forgiveness from all the pain and suffering that I caused that night. But now I have to deal with the pain from that I caused to her family, and I have to live with it for the rest of my life. And I just hope that God will forgive me for everything. I hope that the family could someday forgive me also, but right now they kind of hate me, but I can understand where they're coming from because I took their daughter's life. But hopefully one day they will find forgiveness if they also believe in God. That's my story, and I hope I was able to share the bad things that can come out of drinking and driving. So I hope this teaches a lesson to anybody that thinks about drinking and driving. Just don't do it. It's not worth it, because it could happen to anybody. You don't know the impact your choices will have had.
Amen. And I want you to remember, Ozzy, what we've talked about and what Pastor Guy has reminded you, and what I will continue to remind not just you, but everyone out there. God has forgiven, and you have His forgiveness because you have repented and asked for it, and you are forgiven. And your choice to share your message and your choice to live better and live for God is an example to all of us. Thank you all for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, to show your support, share to inform and educate others, and subscribe so you can continue to get updates on my ALS journey. Bye y'all.